What's up, folks? We're back with another edition of the Panther Fan Talk. I'm Eric, and with me, as always, sometimes here every now and then, is Will.
Hey, what's up? Back on a midweek edition, pre-game video, pre-game something. I forget what goes right there.
Whatever you want to call it, man.
But yeah, we're previewing the Colts game coming up, Monday Night Football. Even more jacked than normal for a Panther game because prime time for the second week in a row. I don't know how many teams get that, how often it happens, but right here in Carolina, Indianapolis, bringing luck to town.
Yeah, but before we get on all that, we're 6-0.
6-0.
And if you'd have told me without killing Benjamin and without really, any good wide receiver, we'd be sitting here at 6-0, I'd have told you, like, you're freaking retarded.
Dude, yeah, I didn't see the 6-0 coming. Again, you can say that we ain't got any receivers. But, in spite of the fact that Ginn's soft and runs out of bounds, 4 yards before he needs to, and, we drop at least 30% of our passes. But, Cam's making it happen. He's spreading it around. And really, I like what we're doing offensively. Actually, I love what we've been doing offensively.
Yeah, Cam's been playing lights out, man. He's putting the ball where, he's supposed to be putting it. It's not his fault. The dudes, having the balls bounce out their hands, being tilt, being interception, having the balls ripped away from him, that's not his fault. Our running game, though, man, is freaking strong. Jonathan Stewart's having a heck of a year. Cam Newton's been running well. Tolbert's having a pretty good little, he does Tolbert things. So.
And in defense of the receivers, they have gotten better. It's not nearly as bad as it was at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it could ever get worse than it was at the beginning of the season because that was hideous. But, no, it's gotten a lot better. I've even seen Philly Brown high point a couple passes, which is, I didn't even know if that was possible going into the season. And then especially after the preseason. And, again, I think caught a pass that wasn't right here.
Yeah.
So that was cool to see. Funchess, man, he's been a lot disappointing, but it's like he's the exact opposite of Brandon LaFell. I was thinking about this yesterday. LaFell was always like, hey, he can catch. Oh, big moment. He dropped it. 4th and 3rd, short curl route, nobody around him, he dropped it. Funchess is the opposite. He's like, drop. Somebody get this guy off the field. Then big moment, 4th quarter, got to drive, need 20 yards. He's stretching out and doing some, acrobatic catch, tapping 2 feet. And then everybody's instantly like, we should give him a chance. So,
yeah. I don't know, man. The game against Philly, he disappointed me. Like, I was ready to just, give up on him. But, again, he's just a rookie. You got to give him some time.
It was just the one drop in the Philly game, but it was just multiplied by all the other drops he's had this season. And then the fact that not only did he miss it, and it was a really hard catch, in my opinion, but it deflected off and went to a, eagle.
Yeah, Cam throws like 105 miles an hour pretty much every pass, and you have to be ready for it. But, that's what practice is for. He's got to be ready for that jump. And it hit him in the hands, too. So
what are we talking about here? Practice?
He's a wide receiver, man. You got to be catching that jump.
So let's get to Luck and Cam. This is something that, a bitter spot here in Carolina because a lot of people feel like Luck dodged us, went back to Stanford to keep from having to come to Carolina. I don't necessarily subscribe to that theory, but hey, if whatever works. But I think we're the ones that lucked out. I hear about how great a passer he is and everything, but if you look at their career percentage, Cam's better. So, and that's the big negative for Cam is that, he's just not that accurate a passer. Well, he's more accurate in his career than Luck has been, and he's God's gift to passing.
Everybody, I guess. Yeah, Andrew Luck, man, I don't know what happened to him in college. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about this. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I think Cam's just as good as Luck, if not better, right now. And this year especially, he's better than Luck, so.
Yeah, exactly. He's having a much better year. We're looking at MVP-type performance, and everybody was coming in saying that's what Luck was going to be doing. Like, this was supposed to be that next level for him. A lot of, MVP or Super Bowl and just, #1 fantasy quarterback taking, like, all kinds of stuff, and he's just falling flat on his face so far. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm a big fan of him sucking.
Yeah, a lot of people in Indianapolis, I think, are talking about how Andrew Luck ain't got no weapons. Well, you look at Cam, who the freak does he got? At least Andrew Luck has some wide receivers that actually look like wide receivers.
Yeah, they actually run and stick their arms out and, go for the ball and all those crazy things. So, yeah, that's ludicrous. Obviously, Cam is getting helped by the defense. He's got a better running game, but talking about the running game, what's the running game without Cam? It's definitely not the number one in the league.
No.
There's no threat of the read option. I mean, half the power runs we run are Cam.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. I'm hoping he comes into this game with a chip on his shoulder to prove the doubters wrong. And not only comes in that way, but finishes that way.
Yeah, it's another big spotlight. It's back-to-back freaking, huge primetime games. And, I mean, it's pretty rare to get one of those, and then, we end up with two back-to-back. So
yeah. And I think the flex possibility is over. I'm not 100% sure, but I was hoping we'd get flex into that next Sunday night game with Green Bay. But yeah, back-to-back. Monday Night Football, the bright lights. We're going to have the building uptown probably in blue finally, but only because the Colts are blue.
Yeah.
For all the people that say that thing changes, maybe it does, but every time I've seen it since San Francisco a couple years back in the playoff game, that thing was gold and red. Now, I don't know how much it changes, but for it to pop up gold and red, I mean, are you kidding me?
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're doing up there, but I guess, 49er fans are paying to freaking change it to their color.
Last week was green and white in prime time. And everybody's like, they took that picture earlier. I don't care when they took it. Why would it ever be green and white when you're about to play the Eagles?
I don't know, man.
Anyways, so that sucks. I think it's the Duke Power building, so boo Duke.
Coach K is pretty good, though.
Yeah, he's not bad. A big topic this week, I want to get your take on it, was bringing in a wide receiver. Obviously, we just talked about how great our receivers are, how receiving core is, but what do you think about bringing in a wide receiver and most notably Steve Smith? And, of course, the other option most people are talking about is Anton Bolden.
I don't really care about bringing in Steve Smith. I mean, I don't know, man. That's not going to happen either way. Bolden, though, however, I think he'd be a pretty good addition. Maybe it's a little bit of chemistry issues, maybe. But, I mean, I think he's a decent locker room guy. I haven't really heard no complaints from him. But, yeah, I'd love to see somebody like Anton Bolden join the Panther staff and give Cam an actual wide receiver weapon.
Yeah, I like the Bolden idea better than the Smith idea. The Smith thing, I don't need him coming in and Cam forcing passes to him or any other big time receiver that is going to demand the ball. Just because Cam's playing so good right now, even in spite of the drops, he's spreading the ball around. I mean, it's not surprising at all to see him hit 9 receivers, 9 different targets in a game.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you would ever want to mess with that. I love Steve Smith, probably my favorite player of all time. And, I mean, he's a blast to watch. Mm-hmm. And if we were sitting here at 4-2, 3-3 especially, then, yeah, by all means, bring him in and let's make a push. But at 6-0, why risk it? And after thinking about this earlier, when's the last time a big-name wide receiver has even won a Super Bowl? I mean, you got to go back to Marvin Harrison with the Colts.
I guess.
I mean, it's year after year. People talk about getting these big-name guys, Calvin Johnson, blah, 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 whatever. But these guys, I mean, they're great to have on the team, I'm sure, but ultimately it's not winning games. That wide receiver spot is not winning games.
Yeah.
That was a ladybug. She likes you.
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
But,
thanks you to spit on me.
But, it's great. I would love to have better receivers than we have, but I'm not messing with the chemistry. It's not worth it to me.
Yeah, I mean, either way, I mean, I'd like to see somebody like Bolden come in, but if it don't happen, I'm not, stressing about it.
Bolden would be, I'm with you on the fact that he doesn't seem like he's going to cause any complications. It's just, I mean, who has Seattle had? Who's New England had?
That's a good point.
Like, these are the two dominant teams the last few years,
and a lot of the great analysis, or so-called great analysis, like to call themselves great, say, oh, you need a great, passing game to win a Super Bowl. You look who's won it. I mean, especially Seattle. That's the run game, man, and the freaking, their top-notch defense.
Exactly. Speaking of defense, we're not going to get Shaq Thompson again this week. For me, that's not that big of an issue. I mean, I say let him rest as long as, you need to.
Right.
Because, obviously, we got 2 great players there that are playing most of the game anyways, and Kuechly and Davis, playing every snap, and most of the time we're in nickel. think we got Williams coming back on the offensive line.
That's what I'm hearing. Daryl Williams. That's a big pickup, man. I mean, he was freaking crushing it as a rookie. You know, he had that what was it? Was it his ankle, leg, knee? Something happened there where he was out for 4 weeks. But yeah, he's on his way back, I believe, and that's a huge, pickup for us. And he's going to help the offensive line.
As we saw, I mean, even without him starting, I mean, he's just key because when Khalil took that injury and was set out 2 plays a couple games ago when he got speared by Cam Chancellor, dirty hit, by the way.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I mean, our line is just like it's done, and not that Williams is going to fix that completely. I mean, Khalil's one of the guys that we absolutely can't lose, but he's got a injured ankle right now. I'm sure he's going to be back for this game and everything, but it's that depth is going to be big for us. I mean, we're shallow. The O-line's been playing good, but we can't lose anybody, so that helps out.
Yeah, what I heard on Khalil was he just tweaked his ankle, and they just set him out today for, I guess caution reasons. But he should be all right and ready to play Monday night.
So, what do you got on predictions? How do you see the game
Predict
going?
we're gonna get that W, son. I see it going. I can see us picking off Andrew Luck a couple times. I can see our offense having our way against that weak defense. They're like ranked 32nd.
32nd.
Overall defense, which is just, amazing.
If you're not 31st, you're last.
So they're last. Predictions, though, man, if you want to put a score on it, I'm going to go, we put up 28, and they put up 14.
That's a pretty big spread. I'm with you, man. Our defense is way better than their defense. Like, dude, they're the last defense. We're top 10. Our running game is number 1 in the league. Their passing game is like top 10 or something. Statistically, like yards, but that's because they're losing every game and they just stand back and chunk it.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck's been spraying it all over the field. I know he can get right in a second and put up a monster game. That's one thing he's done throughout his career is even when he's had, bad weeks and, out of nowhere he'll throw up a 450-yard game and 3 touchdowns. And so that's scary, but we're going to lock down Hilton with Norman.
Yeah.
So he's going to try Norman, and I like that idea. I'm all for try Norman. Because you try him too many times, that's going to be 6 the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
he's talked about it's kind of lonely over there, not giving any playing times and not having any quarterbacks throw his way, so maybe Luck will try him. I think he will. I think it's going to be a pick, so
a good time. I actually think the final score is going to be 34-26. And I see Carolina winning. Anything else you want to add?
26 is an interesting number.
Yeah, well, with the new extra point,
I guess.
People going for 2 and missing extra points, I'm going 26.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Anything else? Let's see. Not really, man. I think we're going to improve to 7-0, and then the great big matchup to Green Bay. But I mean, you can't look over any team in the NFL, so we got to get past the Colts.
Yep. So here we go. Monday Night Football. Comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how you see it going. And like always, keep pounding.
And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Twitter at Panther Fan Talk, and I'm at Eric65 if you want to follow me. Talk to me about some things about life.
Kicked off the
without being freaking suspended for talking trash to the Eagles fans that talk trash to us.
So see us not Sunday. See you Monday.
That's right.